Check 1 2, check 1 2. All right, I guess the audio is working right now. Just a let's see. Maybe we'll turn up the BGM a bit. What's going on here? Did I actually have a BGM set up for this? I don't remember. I do not remember. Oh well. It's fine. We don't need music for the cooking because cooking is music by itself. Anyway, welcome Nuggets to another episode of cooking, and today we're going to be doing some Wagyu burgers. Hey Doobie, welcome. Perfect time, ahoy. Nice. Yeah. So so today I don't think today's going to be too long of a stream. I feel like it's not going to be too long of a stream. We're just making burgers. Burgers doesn't take a whole lot of time. But after having the Arby's burger last week, if you haven't seen the Arby's burger review yet, please check it out and leave a message if you could. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, but because of the Arby's burger thing last week, I kind of wanted to make a Wagyu burger of my own. So if you're not familiar with Arby's burger, it is not 100% Wagyu. It is like 52%, and then the other 48 is like regular ground beef. In this case, though, we are going to be making 100% Wagyu burgers. This is American Wagyu, by the way. If I had Japanese Wagyu, it would cost me an arm and a leg, and I don't have that kind of money, so let's not do that. It ain't no real burger without tomato. Okay, I have to confess something before we start. I do not have any lettuce or onions or tomato today. I just don't have it on hand. I meant to go out grocery shopping yesterday, but there were problems with the road and stuff, and I was doing some other stuff, so I don't have that. But here's the thing that I feel very strongly about, especially when it comes to Wagyu. You don't want a whole lot of stuff interfering with the flavor of Wagyu. It's supposed to be rich, it's supposed to be somewhat a little bit oily, and it's supposed to have some kind of beef. He never talked to me on my homies again. Normally, though, I would have some sort of veggies. Maybe not necessarily lettuce. I'm not a lettuce fan. I'll be perfectly honest. But the thing is, that the tomatoes, um, tomatoes are a little hard for me to get fresh. It's not that I can't like get them the previous day and use them, but let's just say I had like a one huge tomato. It's difficult to use all said tomato, and what do I do with the rest? Make tomato sauce out of it? I could, but I don't want to. I have like cans of tomato sauce and diced tomatoes, but I don't think we want that for a burger. We want whole sliced tomatoes, and I do not have that. This is a supply issue, all right? This is a supply issue. No lettuce, no onion, strongly agree. But tomatoes just as important to me. On a normal burger, I would agree, but bear with me here, please. Just bear with me for today. I'm gonna be. I just don't have them. I just don't have them. I wish I did. I really, really wish I did, but I just don't have them. But let's take a look really quick at what we're going to be using today before we get started. So hold up. Let me move over here. And you may notice something a little bit different with the camera quality today. Let me just check to make sure this is working as intended, because I don't know if it's going to be working as intended. Please tell me this is going to be working as intended. Okay. Okay. So I see the video change on my end, but it's not on the other one. But you know what? That's going to change here really, really soon. I'm just making sure that everything is lined up before we do the reveal. I'll adjust. I'll adjust it as needed because we can do that. Hold up. This is okay. This is okay. I think this is gonna be okay. All right. Ta-da! Look at this. We have a new camera. It's not super expensive either, which is the best thing. I found this like a very manual camera that gives me very good resolution. And look at this. I can change how sharp that is, and I can also change the lens settings. It's not automatic. Everything is manual. But holy crap! For how much I paid for this thing, this is like awesome. It's like really good. Let's see. Scientists, haven't you interfered with the natural order of things enough? Yeah, I do. Extra 3D. We went from PS3 to PS4. I think we went from PS1 to PS4 because I don't know if you've seen the previous footages of the cooking stuff. It is grainy as heck. It is terrible, and I really hated it. But that was what I was limited to my phones at that time. I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but I was using my phone cameras as for cooking because I didn't have anything else. Now I do have like a SLR camera, and I also have like a regular point and shoot camera. But the thing is, I don't have like the cords and stuff to interface to OBS for that. So I was stuck with my crappy phone cameras, which does decent when actually taking pictures in highlight areas. But in my room, which has very low light, even with the lamps, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But now, with lamps and an actual awesome camera, hopefully this won't dox me. Hopefully this won't dox me. Hello, Mars. Welcome. Good morning. How are you feeling? We're gonna be making some American Wagyu burgers today because Japanese stuff is way too expensive. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else. So if for anyone not familiar with Wagyu, Wagyu just means Japanese cattle. But the thing with Wagyu is you probably heard of Kobe beef, which is the most famous type of Wagyu, and that Kobe beef for certain has earned its reputation as a very fatty type of beef. Not as much meat. It has a lot of fat and it's very rich. Now there are other actual types of different Wagyu around Japan. There is some from the south, I think. Oh, let me double check. I had notes for this. Types of beef in Japan. So there's several different types of premium beef. I think one of the most other than Kobe beef, Matsutaka beef. That's one I hear a lot of. Omi beef. I've heard of that one also. Apparently, there's one called Iga beef. So these names just mean where the beef comes from. So there's Iga Prefecture. That's one beef. Iga beef. Kobe Prefecture. Kobe beef. Matsutaka, supposedly much better than Kobe beef. It's I wish I could show you the pictures, but it has amazing marbling. Like holy crap. Omi beef is supposedly a little bit beefier, not as much fat. And then there's Saga beef, which I don't think I've seen there's any pictures of. So American Wagyu is American Japanese cows, like immigrant cows. Yeah, pretty much. And good morning, Krista. Welcome. Yeah, so American Wagyu, as you can tell probably, my face is gonna freeze here, but hold on. But crap. So American Wagyu, in this case, we have ground beef. We have ground beef for this American Wagyu. You can get this also in steaks. I can't exactly tell you how much this costs because I got this as a gift. So, but I think if I remember correctly, it wasn't too expensive. Like maybe for Kobe beef, you would probably have to pay somewhere on the order of 30 to 70 bucks, even more, for A5, which is the best quality beef that you can get for Kobe beef. But that's at a restaurant. If you get it wholesale, you can probably get it cheaper. This one is on the cheaper end as far as Wagyu prices, but I've had this brand before. No, have I had this brand? I don't think I've had this brand before. I've had Snake River Farms was the other one, but this one, the Mishima Reserve, I think this is in Oregon. That they have the cattle there in Oregon. I don't know the breeding conditions, the care conditions for these cattle, but as you can tell, this is not quite as fatty as what you would expect of Wagyu in general. This has more meat, a little bit less fat, but it is still Wagyu, so the flavor by itself should be different. Now, the thing with the Arby's Wagyu Steakhouse burger that I had when I taste tested it was I couldn't taste any Wagyu flavor despite having 52% Wagyu in it. So maybe I can change that with my own here. I sound like a demon. I make my burgers with already pre-grinded. I mean, that's fine. The thing is, you always start with ground beef, regardless of what you do. You always start burgers with ground beef. Now, whether someone shapes that patty for you or you do it yourself, it doesn't matter. I don't particularly care. I'll be honest. I don't particularly care. But we're gonna be making burger patties from this today. We have 16 ounces, so that's about 545 grams. That's on the label. I'm gonna try to make, let's say, 4 patties out of these, so about 4-ounce, 4/4 pound patties. They're not all gonna be the same. I have plans for these. So we're gonna have a regular one, which is just salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That's the seasonings we're going to be using. I'm gonna try to stuff one with cheese. I don't know how well that's going to fit or work, but we're gonna do a regular. We're gonna do one with cheese. I'm gonna do one with fennel, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with the last one. Someone give me an idea what to do with the last one, because we're gonna try to make 4 patties here. And to make sure I don't screw this up, we are going to not put it on the heat directly after we are shaping the patties. We are going to do sous vide. So sous vide, for anyone who is not familiar with that, is basically a water bath. We're going to basically put these patties in plastic bags, make sure the air is all out from them, because otherwise it won't work too well if you don't do that. And submerge them in water. Heat the water up at a certain temperature, leave them there for a certain amount of time, and it'll cook that way. It won't look cooked from the outside. That's when the pan comes in, where we finish it to give it a good, nice char, which will make it look like a regular burger, but the inside should be cooked. The thing which should take so the actual water bath is probably gonna take 15-20 minutes, maybe even longer. But at a constant temperature, the minimum time I think is 15 minutes, and then any time past that, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. We just don't want to go above a certain temperature, otherwise it cooks more. Because when you cook, here's the thing: when you cook, so cooking is heat, cooking is energy, and if normally when you cook, you use a higher temperature than what you would normally need to cook something, because you're trying to cook things quickly, you're trying to cook things in bulk. Temperature fluctuates when you cook, but in a water bath, it's constant. The temperature is constant, and nothing gets overdone. The heat is actually able to penetrate the thing you're trying to cook in this meat. So playing so good, but I can't understand because I don't cook. Learn, please. Cooking is like experimentation. I do it because I like it, and I like trying to figure out how to make things. So there is that. It's mainly that. I just like trying to see what I can make with stuff. So that's what we're doing today. But yeah, we're gonna be putting this in a water bath, and what's going to happen when it gets into the water bath is that the meat should cook thoroughly. It might not look done on the outside. It might look like a little bit grayish, and that's a little bit off-putting. That's perfectly fine. But the inside, as long as you get the core temperature of the burger right, then it should be safe to eat. And then all you got to do is put it on a pan, char the outside. That way it actually looks nice. Otherwise, I mean, you can eat it just fine after the water bath. It just won't look good. It won't have that signature char or flavor on the outside. That's basically what we're going to be doing. It's okay, Ruka. Sometimes stream some weird Toho games, but I still watch because he's a funny boy. Yo, Ruka, let's make some heart-shaped patty. We can try making a heart-shaped patty, actually. Well, we can try to do that. But let's go ahead and start with mixing the beef and seasonings first. Let me move. My face is gonna be frozen, but hopefully you'll be able to see everything else. So hold on a sec. Imagine putting a hamburger meat into a hamburger. So is it still gonna be a hamburger or a hamburger? I don't know. So I mean, hamburger and hamburger are essentially the same, but the thing was hamburger, which is a Salisbury steak. I mean, they're still both ground beef. All right, they're still both ground beef. That's not anything different. It's just how you cook them. It's just how you cook them. Okay, you probably noticed in the back I already have one pan, but this is the actual pan we're going to be using to mix the beef. And I'm going to be using gloves because I don't want to get my hands messy and go back and clean stuff. Cord! Why do I have earbuds on me when I don't even have music on? Why? Hey Bison, welcome. How's it going? You're gonna starting beef? Yeah, I'm gonna start some beef. I'm gonna start beef with chat. We're gonna get into beef ideology. So let's get this started. Actually, let's look at the back first, because I don't think I've actually looked at the back here. Nutrition facts. 1 4-ounce serving of this beef is 320 calories. 250 of those is fat. Can you see that? Do I need to adjust? I think I need to adjust just a little bit. Do you see how clear that is compared to what it usually is? That's amazing. 43% fat. You know what? That's not typical of beef. Typically, beef's not this fatty. This is something you would expect with pork, right? But it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. Humanely raised, no hormones added. Honestly. Freeze by 3/23/22. I has been frozen until yesterday. So all I gotta say is patty, beef, cook, burger. Good. That's really all. That's all you really need to know, because everything else is just me trying to spew facts that may or may not be true. How the heck do I open this? Do I need to get scissors? Oh crap! I don't. Hold up! I need to grab scissors. I need scissors. Where's my scissors? I found scissors. I found scissors. Oh my gosh! Can you hear me still? Can you hear me still? All right, the fourth one. Well, I'm probably gonna put some panko in there. I don't know why. I don't really have to, but I could. The only thing with a manual camera is I have to adjust it every so often because it's like manual. Wait, can I open this? Is there a way for me to open this without having to use that? No, I cannot. Okay, cut time. Cut. I don't want to get my scissors messy. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's been a while since I worked with Wagyu. It's not like finicky, but you really want to treat this right because it is a special it's special beef. It's special beef. You got to treat the special ingredients correctly. You don't want to treat them like a normal ingredient. and mess it up. Because when you mess this up, you have disrespected the animal that this came from, and you don't want to do that. Hold up. Hey-yo. My gosh, that is tender. Wait. I'm gonna have to replace my gloves because I am an idiot. I am an idiot and need both hands for mixing. Hold up. That's fancy packing. You can't open without cutting because the meat is meant to be used in one go, although a piece like that can feed me for a week. Normally that would be true. Normally that would be true, but in this case, I'm gonna be making 4. Probably not gonna be eating all 4 tonight, but I could if I wanted to, and it's going to cost me a lot of calories, but you know what? Hey, sometimes you just gotta treat yourself, and this is me treating myself and treating you to cooking this. So I'm just changing my gloves really quick. So what we're going to do here, so we got the beef here. Let me probably adjust that a little bit. Because I think... All right, there we go. My gosh, this thing is so crisp compared to before. Okay, I don't have any measurements for these, so I am just eyeballing it. Burger, yes. Yes, Raccoon, we got burger today. I never treat beef right somehow, hence why I never cook any beef dishes anymore recently. But the thing about meat in general is this is not just beef, okay? This is not just beef. Any meat in general, don't overcook it unless it's chicken. And even with chicken, don't overcook that because it's gonna like taste like cardboard. Start low, take your time. If you don't have time, then still use a less intense heat, but not too intense where you're gonna like burn the thing to a crisp or make it really tough to eat. With beef though, the thing with beef that I find is that you usually have to cook that for a while to make it taste pretty decent, especially if it has a lot of fat and cartilage in it. At least an hour. At least an hour is enough. Maybe an hour and a half. If you have 2 hours, then that's probably the best cooking conditions for beef. But you have to use a low heat. Use low heat. Don't use high heat. That ruins everything, not just beef. We call burger in the Philippines. I don't think I've ever heard of it like that. Anyway, garlic. I'm just gonna eyeball this. I don't have measurements. You know what? Let me zoom in on that. Let me zoom in on that because we need to get this zoomed in. Okay, I think that's good. I don't have exact measurements. I just do it by eye. So we're gonna do garlic. Maybe not too much garlic. I don't want to overpower the Wagyu, but I'm gonna use a healthy amount because garlic powder is terrible. It's like I use so much garlic powder, I still can't taste the garlic. And the garlic has caked, so I had to pound it a little bit. Okay, I just want to cover this. That's probably too much. But you know, I don't care. I don't care. All right. Next, we got the salt. We have the Himalayan salt because I still have a bunch of that. I don't know why. And again, honestly, I can just use normal salt and still be fine, but this is what I got, and I really had to figure out how to use this. I just took a handful of salt, tossed it in, maybe a pinch more. You can't really see it, probably, but it went in. It went in. Pepper. I wish I had ground pepper. But we gotta grind it ourselves. So I'm just gonna put as much as I can. It's white pepper because I like white pepper. It's a little bit more intense than black pepper. And I probably should put some pillows under my knees because I am kneeling right now. And if I don't, my knees are going to hurt really, really bad once I get up. Okay, there we go. I got some pillows. Someone ordered a burger and never got the patty, so his friends prayed for the McDowell to give him burger with a patty? What? That sounds like a huge oversight. What the heck? That sounds like a huge oversight. I probably shouldn't put too much pepper in here because I just want it to taste. I just want it to taste. Okay, I do have some fennel. I do have some fennel, and we're going to be putting some fennel in one of the burgers, but not yet. Not yet. All right, time for mixing. Time for mixing. So this is going to be probably the most labor-intensive part of this. When lack ground pepper, just use liquid red pepper. I have that, but it's probably too strong. So when you say liquid red pepper, I think you're thinking like hot sauce and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. The hot sauce I have is the samyang, the Korean, what do you call this? The Korean sauce that you put on the noodles. So I don't think I want to put that on my Wagyu, at least not directly into the meat. That's going to go on the outside. That's going to go on the outside. I think this is mixed enough. I don't know. This feels very squishy, guys. I don't know. This doesn't even feel like regular ground beef. It just feels like squish. I don't know I don't know if that's I don't know if that's descriptive enough, but it feels like squish. It feels like I'm playing with putty. What about wasabi? What about wasabi? I mean, you can put wasabi in anything you want to. We can probably put it in here also, but I don't have any wasabi. Well, when I say wasabi, I mean the horseradish wasabi, not real wasabi, because real wasabi is very hard to get, and if you somehow get it, it's also very expensive. I don't have either one though, just because it's not something I use. Holy crap! You know what this feels like? This feels like ground chicken. The consistency of this ground beef, this ground Wagyu, it's like ground chicken. I don't think I messed with ground Wagyu before, but it's interesting the similarities between the two. I was supposed to learn to cook in Girl Scout, but pandemic happened. Oh, but I mean, you can always learn. You can always learn in your own time. Just have someone supervise, or you can do it by yourself if you want to. Learn to cook in Girl Scout. Motherless. What? Hey. Some mothers don't teach their kids how to cook. Sometimes a dad, or maybe neither. But the thing with cooking is you gotta do it yourself eventually. So sometimes you just have to teach yourself. I think this is mixed in. I really can't tell. I think I still see a bit of the seasoning. So I think that's already mixed. What we're going to do here now, though, is divide this into 4. We're going to divide this into 4. So this is 2. And this is 3. Now, I don't know the exact measurements of this, but you know what? As long as I get them in the same ballpark, that is okay. All right. Let's try to get another one. I may have to... this one looks a little bigger than the other one. Let's take a little bit off. That goes here. But yeah, for anyone who sees this as is a little bit squeamish from food prep, I cannot help you. This is just reality. You either get used to this or you don't. And this is just what food is. Or at least in this case, beef. Why is this so much smaller? I think this patty back here is a little bit smaller. Ruka, I think you can divide. You can make 4 if you divide right. Otherwise, they come off too thick. Yeah, I feel like some of these are already a little bit too big. I need a scale, and I don't want to go into the kitchen to get my scale because I didn't plan for that. I didn't plan for the scissors either, but still, I don't want to go over there right now. I think this will be okay. I think this will be okay. All right. Okay, what we need to do now is just shape this. I am not good at shaping these, I'll be honest. But I think this is good, right? This is good. Maybe I need to zoom the camera out just a little bit more. I think that's okay. Oh my gosh, do you see how much oil is on my hands? That's crazy. It's already very oily. Hey, hey, I know I'm maidenless, but that's at least now I maybe I can get some maidens if since I know how to cook, right? Right? Maidens like guys that know how to cook, right? Oh my gosh, do you see how much oil this is? That's great. That's honestly really great. Okay, some of these patties are probably going to be a little bit bigger than others. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. But you can already tell Wagyu, very oily. But also makes it very easy to shape these compared to like regular beef. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Not if you use kitchen scale instead of Chad measuring by eye. The thing is, we got to be scientific sometimes, right? We want to make sure that everything is just right. If it's off by like, let's say 20 grams, that's a whole lot. That's a lot of weight. We don't want that. Having a maiden is just a social construct. Now I want a burger. I would love to. I want a maiden. I want a maiden. All right. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a maiden. I would love to have companionship in the form of maiden. So yes, it's good. You're gonna regret how thick those burgers are gonna come off. I know, I will. I really will. I'm not done. I'm not done, but I don't know what else to do. Hold on. I'm gonna adjust the zoom a little bit. I think it's too zoomed in. It's a little bit too zoomed in. I'm loving this camera. I'm absolutely loving this camera. But we're not done yet. We are gonna be still flattening these things. I just had to open some plastic bags to put these in. The tough part is actually getting these into the plastic bags and making sure they keep their shape. That's going to be an issue. Because remember, we're going to sous vide these. Because I don't want to overcook these. The sous vide is what we need. And man, okay. This is as flat as I can get it, all right? This is as flat as I can get it. Last burger I ate was graduation, and realized next week is my live grad. What does that mean? Okay, I'm gonna try to get this as flat as I can. Remember, we're gonna be making several kinds. We're gonna be making regular. This is gonna be our regular. I don't know if this is too big for the burger bun that we got. So that's going to be regular. I'm going to be using a lot of gloves today. Holy crap. Where's my cheese? Where's my cheese? Okay. I have cheese. So we're going to also be using pepper jack to stuff in one of those, because that's where we're going. What fun is it to have this special beef and only make them all the same way? Now, if we're in a restaurant, sure, fine, but we're not in a restaurant. This is beef that we have the privilege of having today. We have the privilege of having this beef, so we're gonna enjoy it, and we're going to try to make something out of it. Maybe something good, maybe something cursed. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there is someone out there in Japan that has done this before. I am just doing it here live on stream. So this one has the cheese in there. I'm gonna try to distribute that as much as possible. It's gonna be a little hard, not gonna lie. You just didn't throw the cheese slice at the raw beef, did you? I did. I did. Because this one's going to have a cheese filling. Have you never had a cheese dog before? Cheese dogs. It's the same concept. So this one's gonna have, that is going to have cheese in there. And that's gonna go into the bag. I haven't sealed the previous bag just yet because we gotta get the air out, and that's a whole ordeal by itself. Okay, so this one, we're going to put some, we're going to put some fennel in there because I want to see how well the fennel works with a Wagyu burger. I don't know. I like your index finger, thank you. I take a lot of pride in my hands, actually. Scientists, I beg you, you mess with the natural order enough. You know, there is no natural order when it comes to cooking, because cooking is a series of experiments, whether you like that or not. Okay, so there's fennel on that side. Let's add a little bit more fennel on this side. I'm going to over fennel this piece. Maybe we do one more, and then I'm going to flatten this patty. Now, ideally for the fennel, you would like not pan fry, but toast it. Toast it on the pan first before you use it. That way, the flavor is a lot stronger. It's much better that way. But let's just do it this way because I didn't think that through. I did not think that through. I should have pan fried, toasted the fennel beforehand, but I wasn't sure how much I was going to use. So, yep, that's on me. That's on me. Are there are more rules to cooking? It's not so much rules. It's not so much rules. It's more like I'm missing a bag. I probably have one more bag somewhere. Oh well, I'm gonna look for it later. It's not so much rules. It's more like things to watch out for because, you know, I mean, if you're just cooking for yourself, you can cook however you want. It doesn't matter. As long as it's cooked thoroughly and you're not going to die from your cooking, that's all that matters. But if we want to do things like for presentation, to serve to other people, to actually make it look decent to eat, then there are some guidelines and there are some things we have to do. Also, some ingredients just require preparation. Otherwise, let's take a crap. Did I really not get another plastic bag? Okay, I'm missing a plastic bag. Hold that thought. I need to grab one more plastic bag. Nope, it's here. It just fell off to the other side. That's what happened. That's what happened. Sorry, Yoshikage Kira. You cannot have my hands today. I am sorry. My hands are mine. And whoever I choose to hold these hands with. Just saying. Just saying. Remember that cooking means in and out as well. This doesn't apply to barbecue. In barbecue, you can get as rare as you want. I like my barbecue beef bleeding as it is alive. I think that's called steak. The barbecue I'm used to is thoroughly cooked in low heat for 8 hours or longer. That is the barbecue I'm used to. Okay, I'm gonna do something even strange in my book, and I don't think this is going to work. But I got some panko. Normally, you use panko for like tempura and stuff, and you also I think use this for like Hamburg steak. So we're gonna try to make this like a Hamburg steak, kind of. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't think this is gonna work too well. I'll be perfectly honest. Let's add a little bit more. Let's add a little bit more. Barbecue cooked for 8 hours. Ah, yes, I do enjoy charcoal. Not to. No, 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 no. That is how American barbecue is. It is cooked on very low heat for hours. That way the meat gets tender, the fat gets rendered, and it's actually really really good that way. It's actually really really good that way. Now barbecue in any, I mean the thing is barbecue means different things in different places. But in the US, it's low and slow, very low, very slow in the smoker for extended periods of time, because that's how you get it really, really tender. Otherwise, it just does not work too well. Okay, I think I am done with this one. We're done with this bowl. I need to put somewhere. Please don't topple over. Okay, what we're going to be doing next is getting the air out of these bags. So right now the bags have air. And the best way to get rid of the air from the bags, the reason why we want to do this, first things first, is so that we create a vacuum. Normally for sous vide, you would have like a vacuum equipment to suck out all the air from the plastic bags, and there's like special bags that they make for that. But we are doing the low-tech way. We are doing the low-tech way where we dunk the plastic bag in water. This displaces the air. This displaces the air from the bag. And that way, we can create a somewhat vacuumed effect. Really, all you really need from this is to make sure that the meat touches the outside plastic, and it makes sure that everything is cooked. Because if it's just the front and the back, that's not good. We also want the sides here cooked. So yeah, I have pride in Brazilian barbecue. Our way is seasoned caveman style, fire and heat till it's like a dead animal, hunted to a pleasure and yummy. You know what? There are Brazilian barbecue places here where I live. I've just never been to any of them because they're expensive. They are really expensive, but it's all you can eat meat, so that's also really good. It's also really good because of that. It's all you can eat meat, but it's also expensive. And I don't know if this is how they actually do it in Brazil. You tell me. You tell me. They have the meats on sticks, and people come around, carve off certain amounts of meat from the sticks, and pretty much, I don't know how it's actually cooked though. That's a different story. And if you saw a certain text on my plastic bags, yes, I have these plastic bags. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know. I am a medium rare meat enjoyer, but my mom treats all meat that is not well done as raw and would cringe and at me eating it. You know what? That's actually how I was growing up, because let's be perfectly honest. Maybe even 30, 40 years ago, especially in Southeast Asia and poorer countries in general, sanitation is probably not the best. I'll be perfectly frank about that. Sanitation may not be the best, so anything cooked less than well done is probably gonna land you in either on the toilet or in the hospital. So yeah, there is that. There is that. Okay. Everything is in there. I think we have the minimum required volume of water, because you need a certain volume of water for this. Let me just make sure. So that's not a good angle, but around here there's a mark here that shows you how much water you need at least to do the sous vide. Otherwise the thing does not even work. But basically what I have here is a stick. What I have here is a stick, and I can't get my camera to So basically what I have here is a cooking sous vide stick. This is what regulates the temperature. What this does is heats the water, keeps it at that temperature, and circulates the water around the bowl here to make sure it's even. That's basically what we're doing. And now I need to grab my app because this thing doesn't work otherwise. Or can I do this manually? Hold up. Can I do this manually? Okay. Let me just show you the temperature we're going to be working with. Okay, it should have shown up right beside chat. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat really quick because we still got time. Actually, no. Let me get this started. Let me get this started, and then I'll catch up. Let's see. 143.5 degrees Fahrenheit, 62 Celsius. So I can actually get that kind of numbers. I think I can use my app to do this, but let's see. 143.5. Yeah, 143.5 time for 15 minutes. And go. So now the water is going to heat. You're seeing some swirls in there. That's the stick doing its work. And I hope everything is submerged, because if everything is not submerged, then this is not going to work out too well. So yes. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave the camera on there. I might have to weigh some of these down because they like to float. Ah, man, that's annoying. Stay down. Stay down, please. There's one that's peeking out. I need to make sure they all stay down. Okay, I'm going to make sure that these are down first before I catch up with chat. Otherwise, our meat is probably not going to be as good, but you know what? I think it's going to be okay. All right, moving to the desk. Need a little bit of water. So that is going to cook for 15 minutes. If it goes over 15 minutes, it is fine because the temperature is constant. If the temperature is above that, then we may have a little problem. All right, let me catch up with chat really quick. Let's see, medium rare, enjoy your meat. I am actually more of a medium done. So let me comment on this medium rare thing again. So yeah, back in the day, let's say 20, 30 years ago, maybe let's say about 25 years ago. Yeah, I think that puts us before 2000. Around that time, in like poorer countries, even C in general, mostly C, I think, because that's what I'm used to. Sanitation probably not the best. We had mostly open air meat markets, fish markets. I enjoy those places. Grocery stores were a thing, but they're like a lot more expensive than your meat market. So a lot of people go to the meat markets. And with the meat being up in the air, there's all these flies around. Flies would like get on meats and stuff like that. And you know, flies have all these diseases that they can carry on their little feetsies. So anything less than well done, probably not a good thing, especially in that condition. Now, if you have like a grocery store or a butcher that really keeps their meat clean and stuff like that, that is fine. You can go as rare as you want as long as it's safe. Even chicken. I do not advocate it, but chicken sashimi is a thing in Japan because they know how to handle it. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's probably why like your mom treats all meat that is not well done as raw and would cringe at you eating it, because that's just how it was back in the day. I say back in the day, but it's not too far. It's not like that far off. These days, though, I think sanitation is a little bit better, so you can go a little bit rawer. There is a I don't want to say paradox because I think that's a wrong word. There is a thing that I read a while back where raw food actually does not get digested as well in your stomach. It might taste good. Like raw vegetables, some raw meats, they might taste good, but they don't get digested as well as cooked meats or cooked vegetables in general. So you don't absorb as much nutrition from raw stuff. And if you're feeling a little bit, I don't know, anemic or something, you might want to cook things a little bit more, at least to an edible level and not charcoal. That's all I gotta say about that. Meat on spitting sticks, yeah, that's a Brazilian way. Okay, so it's mostly the same. Anyways, gotta go. So have second breakfast in 12 minutes and gotta prepare. Maybe back later. Okay, thank you for dropping by, Krista. Monotalk, you can never overcook your meat. I disagree. Have you had overcooked chicken or overcooked turkey? It's bad. It's bad. Overcooked beef, a lot of chefs would frown on you for that. Overcooked pork, I don't think you can overcook pork, but it does get pretty tough. And, you know, it's not very good. So yeah, there is a way to overcook it. Fish, shrimp, you can overcook seafood. Yes, absolutely, don't do it. That reminds me, once camping, we used a burning hot rock that was in the fire to cook up water for a natural soup with fish we were making. Actually really delicious and kind of cool. You know what? I think I've actually heard of about that. And yeah, it's pretty neat what you can do when you don't have actual fire. Chicken sashimi sounds yum. You ate a squid nigiri before, right? That's a pinnacle of guilty pleasure for me. Really? I've never had chicken sashimi. I wasn't in a place that served it. I know there are places. I didn't look. I found about it. I found about that too late before I could try it. There's the foods I want to try in Japan: chicken sashimi because I'm adventurous, and not beef, horse sashimi, basashi, because I've never actually had horse before, but I know at least in the Middle East, horse is common to eat, but a lot of people everywhere else would probably frown on that because horses are, you know, they're used for farm labor. They're essentially friends to some people. It's kind of like eating cats or dogs, which I've never done. But I had one of my dogs eaten before, and that was not pleasant to find out. Just saying. I meant the sous vide. You can never overcook the meat because the temperature is constant. Yes, you can never overcook the meat in sous vide because the temperature is constant. However, I think there are certain temperatures you should avoid prolonged submersion of your meat in, because that's when because you can actually breed bacteria. That's a huge point. You can breed bacteria in sous vide if you have it in there for prolonged periods of time. Now, little background. So in the laboratory, right? In the laboratory, you have these petri dishes. You swab bacteria on them. That's how you grow them, and that's how you are able to get enough bacteria to be able to identify them. That's why you do that in the laboratory. Now, in the laboratory also, there are incubators set at certain temperatures. Now, what are those certain temperatures? They are at, most of the time, body temperature, if not a little warmer or cooler, but not too hot, or else the bacteria doesn't grow. In the same sense, the sous vide machine can breed bacteria if you leave it there long enough. Usually that doesn't happen. Like 2 hours, you're probably okay. 4 hours, you're probably still okay. 8 hours, you might start growing some stuff, but you're not going to notice it. And if it does grow stuff, as soon as you put it into the pan, you should be okay if it's cooked through. Your center, if it's still a little bit pink, there might be an issue. I think 8 hours is the minimum when things start to grow, but it's only at certain temperatures. So I don't know. Someone fact check me on that. At least that's what I remember. Okay, I'll admit overcooked pork sometimes kind of delicious. Is it really? Is it really? I don't know. I feel like if I overcook pork too much, I mean you need, I think for pork you need at least well done or medium well for it to be actually any, like, to be decent. I think any rarer than medium well for pork, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. I know trichomonas was a huge concern at one point, but these days, apparently, the recommendation is trichomonas not a huge deal, at least in the United States. for pork, so you can cook as rarer than you used to. No, not sure. If you guys have to rely on technology to not overcook your stuff, you don't deserve to smoke those meats. Here's the thing. Here's the thing I have to say about that. For personal use, it's more of a hobby. It's more of a hobby, and it actually also allows you to cook huge batches of meat at the same temperature and just right for, like, let's say a party or something like that. Now, if this was a restaurant, now restaurants apparently have done sous vide for much a longer time with the water baths and stuff, and they kind of have to keep things at a constant quality. So sous vide helps them do that. Make sure all these steaks are cooked just right, and they usually do this ahead of time. Like, let's say the night before, they would sous vide all the meats ahead of time. That way they're done, and then once the party is ready, that's when they go for the finish. They actually get the pan hot enough, or the grill, and just char the outside, and that's why you get your steaks and meats out very quickly, because they cook them ahead of time, like the sous vide method. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it takes a while. Cooking one piece of steak takes a decent amount of time, and you don't want to be waiting for that long. Just saying. Hello, Workshop. Burger yummy. Yes. Yes, we're making Wagyu burgers. We got 4 patties. We have 1 regular, which is just salt, pepper, and garlic powder. We have 1 with cheese stuff in the middle. We have 1 with fennel sprinkled throughout the patty. And we have another one with panko sprinkled throughout the patty. I don't know if how well the panko one's gonna work, but I think that's closer to what you would have for a hamburg steak, because I think for that one it's mainly a lot of breading and carrots, onions mixed in there, but we don't have that. There's gonna be a burger situation, so I do have frozen chopped onions and green pepper. I didn't think of doing that. Oh well. Okay. Well, that's for another time. That's for another time if I ever get this again. But yeah. The temperature right now on the on the sous vide machine is at 142 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're not even close to getting to our 15-minute countdown just yet. I think we need to get to 143.5. We're getting pretty close, and as soon as it hits 143.5, it says it needs more water. Okay, I need to grab more water because apparently it's not enough. Be right back. Just getting water. Why do you do this to me? Okay, got water. Please tell me that you will start working. Okay, let's try that again. Wait. Oh no. Hold up. Okay, let's try that again. Hopefully this is enough water. If it's not, we're just gonna have to pour more. That's all we gotta do. I don't know why it needs a minimum water level. The first time I did this, I thought it was like, why do you need a certain water level? But I guess it has to circulate a certain volume of water. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I use a bowl, but they have like specifically made rectangular vessels, for lack of a better word, for these things, where you just have like a bunch of water and then you toss whatever you want in there. Hey Ruka, have you ever tried pink gel for meat? Tried it, kind of different, almost like ham, but not as good. I don't think I've heard of pink gel before. What is pink gel? Pink gel. I'm getting pink gel and it's nail polish. I don't think that's what you're talking about. What? It's still too low? How much water do I have to put in this thing? How much water? Okay, let's try that again. Usually it just works at right at the minimum, but it's being very finicky today for whatever reason. But no, I've never heard of pink gel before. Pink gel. What is pink gel? Ham? No. All I'm getting is nail polish. Why would I want to eat nail polish? I mean, some people eat glue, but that's not a reason to eat nail polish. Pink slime. That sounds a little bit more insidious than pink gel. Pink slime. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Wikipedia article. Let's go through this because we got 15 minutes before the thing is done. Wait, I need to make sure it's submerged really quick. Oh wow, that water is hot. Holy, oh my gosh. That's hot. That was actually hot. It might be at 62 Celsius, but holy crap, it's still pretty darn hot. You don't want to stick your hand in boiling water. But 62, that's tea. That is green tea level. And that's pretty hot already. Okay, pink slime. Let's look at the Wikipedia article. Let's see. Also known as lean, finely textured beef, or LFTB. Finely textured beef, boneless lean meat trimmings, is a meat byproduct used as a food additive to ground beef. Okay. So it's still meat. It's still meat. It's just probably the shavings from meat because they don't want to waste any potential earnings from the stuff that they shave off from whatever processing they're doing. Okay. Excuse me, my throat is a little bit acting up right now. Not sure why. Okay. So pink slime is a meat byproduct used as a food additive to ground beef and beef-based processed meats, as a filler or to reduce the overall fat content of ground beef. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because sometimes what they do for ground beef is like 73% lean, 85% lean, and that's probably what they do for this. I don't like how it sounds. Reminds me of those old McNugget scandal. It probably is similar. I don't know what the McNugget scandal is, but if we got time, we can look at it together. We can look at it together. Okay. As part of the production process, I need to get some, oh my gosh, cough drops. Now, the cough drop's gonna interfere with my tasting later, but you know what? Sacrifices must be made. As part of the production process, heat and centrifuges remove the fat from meat in beef trimmings. The resulting paste without the fat is exposed to ammonia gas or nitric or citric acid to kill bacteria. Okay. In 2001, the United States Department of Agriculture approved the product for limited human consumption. I wonder why. The product, when prepared using ammonia gas, is banned for human consumption in European Union. I wonder why. We don't want to eat ammonia. However, speaking of ammonia, I think Iceland or Greenland, I keep forgetting which one, has like I don't know if it's a tradition, but I know it's a yearly thing that I've seen where they have this shark, right? They have this shark that's fermenting in a fridge for, let's just say, 6 months to a year. And it is very, very ammonia filled by the time it's done fermenting. And people eat that. I do not know why. You may have heard this before, but I do not know why. We can find out later if you still have the appetite for that. But I just find this ammonia gas being banned for human consumption thing kind of funny considering that. But I don't know if Iceland or Greenland is part of the EU. Then again, so they might not be, and it's probably why they can still eat that. Who knows? May 2012, ABC News series about pink slime included claims that approximately 70% of ground beef sold in the U.S. supermarkets contained the additive at that time. Some companies and organizations stopped offering ground beef with the product. Pink slime was claimed by some originally to have been used as pet food and cooking oil, and later approved for public consumption. But this was disputed in April 2012 by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, administrator responsible for approving the product and beef products. Largest U.S. producer of the additive. What? Beef Products Inc. is the largest U.S. producer of the additive. September 2012, filed a lawsuit, defamation for false claims about the product, seeking damages. We really don't need to know anything about this. The product is regulated in different manners in various regions. In the U.S., the product is allowed to be used in ground beef, and it can be used in other meats as a beef-based processed meats. The use of ammonia as an antimicrobial agent is approved by the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, it is included on the FDA's list of generally recognized as safe procedures, and is used in similar applications for numerous other food products, including puddings and baked goods. I did not know this. The product is not allowed in Canada due to the presence of ammonia and is banned for human consumption in the EU. Some consumer advocacy groups have promoted the elimination of the product or for mandatory disclosure of additives in beef, while others have expressed concerns about plant closures that occurred after the product received significant news media coverage. Long story short, pink slime is just beef trimmings that have been probably compressed so that they can be resold. The issue is how do you get rid of the bacteria? Are you using ammonia gas or are you using citric acid? Ammonia gas, probably not the best use, but I don't know why they would do that, but okay. That's one way to do it. Probably not good to eat. Citric acid, a little bit safer to eat. It's used as a preservative in a lot of other stuff. So, and citric acid is your vitamin C anyway. No, that's ascorbic acid. Citric acid is vinegar, I think, or close to vinegar. No, vinegar is acetic acid. What am I thinking of? What is citric acid? I think it's vitamin C. Anyway, yeah, it's vitamin C. It's vitamin C. Citric acid is in vitamin C, so that's safe. But would you want orange or lemon flavored beef? I don't know. I don't know, but that's what it is. That's basically what it is. Finely textured meat is produced by heating boneless beef trimmings to 42 to 43 degrees Celsius, removing the melted fat by centrifuges, flash freezing the remaining product in 90 seconds in a roller press freezer. I feel like the flash freeze would be enough to kill the bacteria, but then again, it's only at 9C. If it was minus 20, then that's for sure gonna kill them. 9C, not quite enough, I feel like. Roller press, recovered beef material is made into tubes that are thinner than a pencil. Where do they use it now? Let's see. Current use in March 2012, 70%. Okay, we don't want that. There's nothing recent, it seems. And I don't see anything regarding use overseas other than the EU bit and Canada. Pink slime though. In Brazil? I guess. I'm saying Brazil because we were talking about Brazilian cooking earlier, but I guess it's cheap. Because who would want to eat it kind of thing? Let's see, what was the Muck Nugget scandal? Muck Nuggets. scandal. Let's see. Where do we read this that is not a sensationalized website? Okay. I guess we're gonna go to eatthis.com for the McDonald's employee debunks rumor about toxic ingredient in McNuggets. Let's see. Just over 6 years ago, McDonald's was accused for using pink slime in in the McNuggets. Shot down the rumor, but now Mickey D's employee is showing exactly how the nuggets are made in TikTok. I think I saw this before, but I'm not entirely sure. Shows him throwing a bag of frozen chicken McNuggets onto the counter. Okay. Whole pink slime controversy started back in 2011. Evidently, up until that time, McDonald's was allegedly guilty of using this stuff, which looks a lot like strawberry soft serve. Okay, that's not pleasant at all. To make his burger patties and chicken nuggets, but then Chef Jamie Oliver outed the meat filler on his show. Reports, okay. 2014, worries about pink slime resurfaced. The hamburgers are only made of 15% real beef and the other 85% is meat filler. Are those the patties? This is a, you mean in the picture on the camera on the side? Yes, these are the Wagyu beef patties. We have 4 Wagyu beef patties. One is regular, which is just salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Another one has cheese in the middle. Another one has fennel seeds sprinkled throughout. Another one has panko sprinkled throughout. The other 3 are experiments, including the cheese one. The regular one is what we're going to be starting with first. I guess people thought the McDonald's chicken nuggets had pink slime and they had some sort of a documentary about it just to calm people down, but no one believes them. I don't think anyone believes them, but people still eat the stuff because it's cheap. So what are you gonna do? McDonald's burgers are Naruto episodes. What well, what do you mean by Naruto episodes? Because I don't know what you're referring to when you say that. I will say though, it's interesting to know that a lot of the, at least McDonald's, because that's infamous for being cheap and fast, for having a lot of fillers, because fillers are cheap and they can sell them for lots of profit. But then again, I don't know what the profit margins actually are, so there's that too. I don't know. Anime filler episodes. Oh, I get you now. Isn't it the same for One Piece though? Isn't it the same for One Piece? I just want to take a jab at One Piece because I know there are some One Piece fans. I like to take a jab at them whenever I get the chance. Just saying. Just saying. How are the One Piece episodes these days anyway? Have we caught up to the manga yet? Are we caught up to the manga yet? Are we up to whatever new power that Luffy has is yet? Spoilers, by the way, I'm sorry, but I don't watch One Piece. I just keep up with whatever people tell me. Or every shonen anime, I guess. Most shonen anime that is long running, yes. Because they either catch up to the material in the manga or run out of stuff to animate because shonen is a long running thing. And then there's Gintama, where you probably expect Gintama to be 90% filler because that's just what it does. You forgive Gintama for having 90% filler because even the author doesn't know what the heck they want to do with it. Apparently, that's what I heard. One Piece barely has filler. Take that, boomer. Oh, really? Oh, but wasn't there like a one filler arc or something? I don't know. I feel like there was. Also, if we talk about JoJo before, let's say, JoJo before Steel Ball Run, there are 0 fillers in the anime. Also, there's probably 0 fillers in the manga because Araki does what he wants. Araki does what he wants, and even though it may look like filler, it probably is not. Maybe, who knows? If they are fillers, you can't tell that they're fillers. At least there's no beach episode, you know. Oh, it's done. Oh my gosh, we're actually done. Okay, hold up. So the beef might be done, and it's cooked, and it's set at the temperature we have right now, 143.5 degrees Fahrenheit, 62 degrees Celsius. But right now, I need to heat the pan that we're going to be finishing the burgers in. So I'm gonna set that to. I'm gonna set our pan to, let's say, 180 degrees Celsius, 360 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm gonna let the pan heat for about 10 minutes because this thing takes a long time to do. That thing takes a long time to heat up. So I'm gonna set that for 10 minutes, and then once that's done, then we can start actually making the burger. How long have we gone today? I feel like we've been going longer than our usual cooking streams. 1 hour 20 minutes. Are you serious? How long did I take to prep? I feel like I didn't take that long to prep, but we're already at almost an hour and a half. It's amazing. We're probably gonna. I'm probably gonna do is like take bite-size bits of the burgers we're going to be having, because otherwise I'm gonna be stuffed. I'm just gonna finish the burgers, like cook them, make sure that they're crusty and whatnot, and like take a bite, and we'll call that done for the day, because that's a lot of burgers. That's a lot of meat. Do you remember how many calories there are in like one package? 320 times 4. What is that? 1,200 calories, and plus there's the buns. I got 4 buns, 1 for each burger. That's a lot of burger. That's a lot of burger for that to last me until the weekend. There's recap episodes in JoJo anime. Yeah, but it's only for 1 episode. We're not talking like whole arcs of fillers. 1,000 calories, burn that in the morning walk, boy. Oh boy. I should be doing Ring Fit again. I haven't been. I really should do Ring Fit again. It's just whenever I try to do Ring Fit, I think of the other things I could possibly be doing, like making thumbnails, making videos, drawing, and whatnot. And I get lazy. I'm not gonna lie. But if I do Ring Fit, that's just what, 1 hour, 30 minutes to an hour? No, 30 minutes, because usually my workouts are 15 to 30 minutes active time in the Ring Fit, and you double that because there's wait times and stuff. So yeah. Part 6 is a whole arc of filler. What's part 6? What is part 6? Also feeling back pain waiting for Hoseki no Kuni new chapters, which they are Hoseki no Kuni, Land of the Lustrous, that is gonna have a new chapters, I think this month. The author finally got out of a hiatus. So didn't exactly make us wait 10,000 years, but it felt like 10,000 years. You know what I'm saying? If you have read Hoseki no Kuni, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't read Hoseki no Kuni, please read it. Please read it. It is a lot of depression, I understand. But the depression is what makes it good. It is a seasoning that makes the whole series stick together. It's really good. Without the depression, Hoseki no Kuni, Land of the Lustrous, would be nothing. We need that Buddhist emptiness in our lives, as the manga would like us to believe. So that's why I recommend it. That's why I recommend it. Togashi has returned from buying Mel to continue Hunter x Hunter. Did he? I thought the joke was he got distracted by Idolmaster or something like that. I think that was the joke. I don't know. I don't know. When was it? When was his last chapter? Was it like 2018 or something like that? Like 4 years ago? How is he still serialized? Honestly, how is he still serialized? I don't understand. She says she was on hiatus because of the PS4. That point, she played the entire library. Wait, was she actually? I cracked the cough drops in my teeth. Hold on a sec. I need water. Mm. Oh, Idolmaster was the Berserk creator. Oh, I see. So what? What's a Hunter X Hunter's author's excuse? Because I don't think it was a milk one. I feel like it was another meme, but I don't think it was milk. And yes, the meme with the meme with I forgot her name, but the meme for Hoseki no Kuni's author is that she got a PS4. That was her last message on her last chapter. On the side, it says, "Yay, I got a PS4," and then hiatus for 10,000 years. That was a story. That was a story, and then she tweets something like, "I'm done with the PS4" or something. I guess I don't remember. I had it somewhere. I had it somewhere. But I just find it funny because people are saying she finally beat Elden Ring, but Elden Ring didn't exist 2 years ago. Elden Ring was this year, people. I highly doubt she started Elden Ring or the Soul series 2 years ago and just now was able to finish them. I don't know what she did with the PS4. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of curious how she makes any money because her chapters release once a month. All right. She lives in Hokkaido. She stares at rocks all day. Apparently, that's what she says. So it's like, how do you make money when you're only releasing one chapter a day? I'm kind of curious because as far as I'm concerned, I think she's just mainly a mangaka, but I don't know if she does anything else. Like I like her stuff, but it's like I don't get it. I do not get it. Basically, the last chapter she got a PS4 on a bingo. Oh, it was a bingo, wasn't it? And she would vanish for a bit. She was gone. Now she's back. I think she played the entire library, like even the PS2 one. I mean, I guess it depends. I don't know what game she's into, but I do like her asides in the manga because she has like these. So the chapters for the most part are very very somber, or there's like something really really serious that's happening, and then suddenly on one of the side panels where the author writes her quips, it says, "I finally got a Switch. I got Ring Fit. I feel tired. I hurt all over." It's that kind those kind of things. It just breaks the mood. But then again, her stories also have little bits of humor sprinkled in there. It's dry humor for the most part, but it is sprinkled in there. She also has royalty in the Land of Lustrous merch, which while she was still doing the PS4 arc, she did. The anime was out. She also had a bunch of was it actual jewelry? I feel like she had actual jewelry based on certain gems. And you know, on one hand, yes, Land of Lustrous merch. On the other hand, it's expensive. On the other hand, you think how these gems are made, and it's like, ooh, making them into jewelry probably doesn't sit well with some people in the fandom, but you know, you still want a piece of that. And if you ever get a phospholite in real life, that is apparently more expensive than diamonds, but also very very brittle. You cannot set that in stone even if you tried, because it would just fall apart. Apparently. How many? Okay. Oh wow, you're probably seeing it a little bit on camera, but the water is now actually steaming. That is amazing to me. Maybe I should turn this off. We don't need it to be set. We don't need it to be set at that temperature forever. But you can kind of tell. You can already kind of tell that the meat is cooked. It's not pink anymore, or at least it's not red anymore than compared to it was earlier. We do have a little bit of juice. I'm probably gonna save that juice for making a sauce off stream because I don't have a small enough pan in my setup right now to make use of that sauce. But yeah, you can already tell it's changed. But this is already thoroughly cooked. This is as cooked as it needs to be. We're just waiting for the pan to heat up right now so that we can make this brown. Otherwise, it's just not gonna look good. We're just trying to make it look good at this point. Yeah. Let's see. Boy that is just painted rocks. That might not be actual Sinsha. Mercury. Sinsha Mercury. I don't think you want Mercury as a stone. I don't know. Can you actually have solid mercury? Does solid mercury exist in general? Because I feel like it doesn't. I think it's the only liquid metal. And will always be liquid unless you get it cold enough. Okay, I think the pan is heated. We're gonna go back over to the to the cooking place, so my face is gonna be frozen again. So, yeah, hold on. Actually, let me adjust that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna push this aside. Oh, okay, that's hot. I am disconnecting you. Hold up a sec. Hold up. Ah! Got stuff all over the place. Okay, unplugged. We're gonna remove this stick. We're done with that. I'm gonna have to clean that up later because there's a lot of water. Okay, move this out. We need to get the pan. I need to get the pan. It's getting hot in here because there's all these heat there's all this hot stuff that's happening. Okay. Oh, jeez. How am I going to... It's very difficult, my cooking setup. Okay. So we got the pan. Here's the pan. You've probably seen this thing before. And I don't know which one we're going to be doing first because I did not label them. So we'll be doing a roulette on the burger. Burger roulette, here we go. I'm not going to oil the pan. We don't need it. I feel like we don't need it. So I'm just going to grab a random burger. And we're going to hope for the best. Besides, she is old. Her Twitter is filled with some trivial stuff. She tweets like, I broke a glass cup. That was my favorite. I haven't actually seen her Twitter. I haven't seen her Twitter, but she sounds like a riot. Oh my gosh, this thing is very, very soft. The bun, the meat, the patty is very, very soft. I need to move the camera. Okay, look away. I'm going to press it. Oh, this is the cheese one. There's the cheeseburger. See, we don't need oil. We just need pan heat. That's it. They're in bags. Was wondering why they weren't moving or bubbling. Are you using a pressure cooker or a regular pot? So what I was using was a sous vide machine. So so a sous vide machine is basically just a stick that you put into water, which regulates the temperature to like it keeps the temperature constant, the water temperature constant, and you just set a timer, cook it for how long you want it, and that's it. That's really it. So these are cooked thoroughly already. I am just browning the outside. That's all I'm doing at this point. I am browning the outside. And this may not be brown enough. Yeah, I don't have a pressure cooker, but I do have a sous vide, and I've never done sous vide on stream before. But because usually when you do sous vide, it takes a while, like at least 45 minutes to an hour. And there's really not a whole lot of things you really can sous vide. But the why are you suddenly extra loud? Oh, am I loud? Sorry, I'm sorry. That's because probably it's because the microphone is right next to me. But I should also turn off the noise filter so that you can hear the sizzling. You can probably hear that, right? Okay, I think, I don't know how brown I can get this. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm trying my best here. I am trying my best here, but I can only get as brown as I can. I just want a char. Maybe I need to turn this up a little bit higher. Just a teeny bit. Yeah, you like that brain, don't you? While this is cooking on the side, we also have some buns. We have some buns. Toast the top bun, toast the bottom bun. It's gonna be over there at the side. This one doesn't need any cheese because we already have cheese. And I would also probably say we don't need a sauce for this, or at least we're initially not going to do sauce for this. But I do have some Japanese mayo. I think that's fitting because we are cooking Wagyu here. But I also have Chick-fil-A sauce. We got Chick-fil-A sauce because why not? But we're gonna try without, and then I'll decide whether or not it needs any sauce whatsoever. But yeah, this is done. This is basically done. I don't think I toasted that enough, but I'm just gonna put the meat to the side. Toast this a little bit longer. But we got oils here. We got fat. We don't need extra oil. We just need this. We just need this. Chick-fil-A sauce you stole. Actually, no, they sell in the grocery store. And yeah, they sell this in the grocery store, and it's like, I'd never thought about buying it before because I've had Chick-fil-A before, but I don't remember what the sauce tastes like, and I thought to myself, it can't be that good. But when I needed like some sort of flavored mayo, and this is not just mayo. This is like barbecue sauce, mustard, mayonnaise, all mixed together, seasonings. And once I put it on my cheese sandwiches that I've been having addictions to, I found out, oh hey, this is actually really, really good. And so I've been addicted. Are we done with this bread, or do we need to toast this a little bit more? You yoinked it off a Chick-fil-A table? No, they don't have that. They don't have that at Chick-fil-A. At least not in bottles. In Chick-fil-A, they have these little ketchup tub things, like about this big. This big. That's hardly anything. No, the bottles they sell at the grocery store. They sell at the grocery store, but I have known people that take whole things of hot sauce from taco restaurants because I don't know why. I have known people that have done that. I don't condone it though. I don't condone it. I think this is toasted enough, right? That should be toasted enough. Let's go ahead and put that on. So we got Berg. Let's do no sauce for now. Let's do no sauce for now. I just kind of want to taste it without sauce, and then we'll go from there. We're not going to cook the next patty yet. We're going to taste this first, and then figure out where to go from there. My camera situation is terrible. It's like I can barely move anything here. I got a very small table. I wish I could show you, but it's a very small table. Wait, where are you going? Okay, we got Berg. We got Berg. It is toasty. It is just Berg. It's cheese stuffed in the middle, nothing else. There's Wagyu. We want to be very minimalist. We want to be very minimalist. I can't say it. We want to be very minimalistic about this to start off with, and then adjust from there. Because if you put like let's say A1 sauce on your Wagyu steak, people are going to kill you for that one. No joke. No joke. Okay, let's look at the middle. Let's look at the middle of this first before we try it. Right there. Now you can probably see a little bit of pink here at the edges. No pink in the middle because that's where the cheese is. But a little pink in the edges. Normally for ground beef, that's probably not good. But in this case, it's actually okay. It's actually okay in this case. But yeah, I think this looks good. Let me see how it tastes though. I'm gonna split this apart. So, I'm gonna take a bite, but let me give you the first bite here. Itadakimasu. Aha! Burger, yes, Wagyu burger. Here's your piece. This one's mine. Okay. Initial initial observations from the piece I ate. Very tender, hardly any chew. Now compare that to the Arby's Wagyu Steakhouse burger. It had a lot of chew, but then again, that was cooked medium well. This is, I don't know, I feel like this is also medium, but not as pink as the Arby's burger, but this is pretty good. Do I taste any particular Wagyu flavor? Let me try again. It's fatty, oily. I taste beef. Now, I'll be honest, Wagyu flavor, this probably has a little bit more actual beef, like actual beef Wagyu flavor than the Arby's thing ever did. But I still can't taste the difference, to be honest. I do think I seasoned it decently well. I think I did decently well eyeing the seasoning. Oh, Zen, welcome. How's it going? Looks like you did a great job. Proud of you, man. Yeah, so Zen, let me tell you how we did these burgers. We did them sous vide. We cooked the patties in sous vide, and then finished them off in the pan. This is just one of 4, and I made 4 different types of patties. So we have to cook some more. This is just the Wagyu. There's the patty with the cheese stuffed in there. There's the one with the cheese stuffed in there, and it doesn't. Let me see if I can adjust that. You see that? You see that? I am loving this camera, man. I'm loving this new camera. But the one with the cheese in the middle, if I had to put any sauce on here, maybe the mayo. Let me try a little bit of mayo. I think mayo should be okay. Let's try a little bit of mayo. Just rub that in. Rub that in. Man, I would serve these to you. I would serve these to you guys if I could, but you know, internet, whatnot. So, the mayo helped. I'm tasting a lot of garlic now from the patty itself. Overall, I think this was a good try. It's a pretty good try. Anyway, we got 3 more. We got 3 more patties to do.
So we're gonna get the other 3 patties. All right. Yeah, sous vide, probably the fanciest cooking method I have on this channel so far. But you know, when you're dealing with Wagyu, you kind of have to use sous vide. Otherwise, it's easy to overcook, and you don't want that. I think what I have here is the panko next. I think this might be the panko. It feels like panko. Yeah, it kind of looks like panko, to be honest. Oh my gosh, the temperature went down. Why'd I do that? Now we have to wait for it to heat up again. Now I'm gonna squish this a little bit. How do you guys feel about squishing burger patties? I didn't flatten this well enough apparently when I was cooking it, so I have to squish a little bit. I'm sorry if that bothers anyone. This one, it looks like it's a little bit pink in the middle, which is perfectly fine. This, I can't tell if this is the panko burger though, because the panko probably fused with the inside. I see the fennel one, and I don't know what this one is either. Hope I can find affordable Wagyu. Wagyu burger sounds yum. Yeah, this one was a gift, so didn't have to spend for that. But when I looked at the price for this particular burger, I think it was like around $7 a pound for the Wagyu ground burger. So it's not too terrible. It's actually not too terrible. Squishing burgers are satisfying when you see the juices just coming out. Now, here's the thing. There are some people who say you don't want to squish the burger because the juices do come out. The juices coming out is a bad thing for some people. And I don't know who to believe. Because I know a lot of people squish it down because it's not flat enough. I don't know why your message didn't show up. Try to send it again, please. Try to send it again. If there's a link in it, it's probably not going to show. But sometimes YouTube is a little bit finicky. But yeah. The juices coming out of the burger is, I don't know, I feel like some people don't like that because you're losing flavor apparently. Okay, that's not brown enough. It needs to be brown. I need to heat this up more. It's not brown enough. And we're gonna go ahead and toast the next set of buns because why not? Okay. Speaking of which, oil there. Oil. Come back here. Oil here. All right, and that's gonna toast. Toast here. Burger there. We're good. Add many plates. I think it's a personal preference thing. I know thick burgers are harder to cook consistently. They are. But the thing is, these patties are already cooked. They're already cooked thoroughly. We're just trying to brown them. But the thing is, apparently I turned the heat down. You see, we're just trying to brown it a little bit. This is okay browning. Probably not the best browning. But we can go a little bit more. We can go a little bit more. And for this burger, whether or not it's actually the regular burger, I kind of want to try the Chick-fil-A sauce on this one. I don't know why. I'm going to cut it in half anyway, so only half of it's going to get Chick-fil-A sauce, and the other one's going to be normal. But I'm going to have a lot of burgers by the end of this night. I'm going to be so stuffed with burgers, it's going to be ridiculous. But I have seen the thick burgers before, but the thing is, with the thick burgers, they usually have a mold so that they make sure that the size of the burgers are also even, like evenly tall. The burgers I make, you see this hand? They make ovals. My hand makes ovals, and because of that, they're not flat enough. They're not flat enough. They're like UFO shaped. And for consistency, that's kind of bad. Oh, there we go. That's the kind of browning I'm talking about. I may have slightly overcooked this because we are putting on extra heat. But you know what? We can't do much about that. We cannot do much about that. I think the Arby's Wagyu burgers are on the fatter end. Yeah, I think that was on the fatter end, and that's why they can only do a single patty. other than the cost. But that's why it's only a single patty. I'm gonna try not to talk too much unless I have something I need to say, because this is music. You hear that? That music. Burger cooking in its own fats and juices is music. I need cheese on one of these. I need cheese. I have cheese. I have pepper jack cheese. I also have American cheese, which is actually what I wanted to stuff one of these with, but didn't. The next one we do, we're gonna put American cheese on there, because a typical American burger is gonna have American cheese. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. Okay, next plate. Next plate. Hold up. Let's get the plating first before I do that. Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's more toasted than before. That's great. You know what? Actually, no. We'll just, we'll do it later. We'll do it later. I wanted to put the, what do you call this? The Chick-fil-A sauce right away, but I'm gonna do it in a little bit. YouTube's didn't show it up and has no links in it. Let me double check. Because there's a setting that says, there's a setting that has like all chat and like top chat. Top chat, I know for sure, does not show everything. The all chat shows everything on your end if you select it. But what I have running on the screen is not all chat. That is top chat, because that's just how my stream settings filters it. Okay. Berg. Let me just check chat really quick, and just so I can see your message, and then we'll get to Berg. Okay, let's see what you have to say. Looking at live chat, I don't see any messages after they're in the bags and you asking. So it's like, okay, so I don't know what you said. I'm sorry. I don't know what you said. You can try again, or you can post it in the comments after the stream is over, and I'll try to reply to that. Okay, Berg, back to Berg. So this is, what burger is this? I honestly don't know which Berg this is. We're gonna find out. This is not the Fennelberg, I know that much. This is not Fennelberg. Which Berg is this? This looks like, it might not even be the Panko Berg, actually. This might just be a regular Berg. If this is regular Berg, I need, hot. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. And that's falling apart. If this is just regular Berg, I'm gonna try it without anything. And then we're gonna try Chick-fil-A sauce, because Chick-fil-A sauce makes everything good. Holy crap, it's actually really addictive. I don't know why. Did they put something in it? Other than the usual? I can't tell. I cannot tell. I am trying to get this zoomed in so you can see it, but the Berg is falling apart a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, taste test. Berg, probably regular Berg. Let's see. 1, 2, and you can have this other piece that's on the plate. That's yours. 1, 2, 3. Not exactly juicy, because I think I leaked all the juice out everywhere, and it's all on the bun now. Like, you see how squishy this bun is? You see how squishy this bun is? I think the juice is soaked into the bun itself, and now it's really squishy. But it is tender. Very tender. My teeth just go through that like Nothing. It's crazy. I had a Wagyu burger, a Kobe beef burger in Kyoto once when I was there 2015. And that one was much more tender than this one. I had no idea what I was eating at the time. And I was expecting some resistance. This has a little bit more resistance than that one, but it's also very tender. This, your teeth will go through this, even though it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of fat, but it's still very tender. You remember how we did the patty earlier? That was very soft. All right, I'm gonna desecrate this right now. We're gonna desecrate this burger half and put some Chick-fil-A. Oh my gosh, that's too much Chick-fil-A sauce. That's too much Chick-fil-A sauce. Okay, all I'm gonna be tasting here is Chick-fil-A sauce. I see. Okay. Let's try it anyway. This should be okay. This might be okay. A little less Chick-fil-A sauce, and we would be okay. That's too much Chick-fil-A sauce. That's too much Chick-fil-A sauce. We don't need more. Just a little dab would have been fine, but I feel like it was too much. I had a huge hit of mayo, and then beef. The beef didn't get overwhelmed, but it was too much sauce regardless because it spilled everywhere. I think that was pretty good. I feel like the panko burger and the regular burger is going to be the same if I can find the panko burger. The fennel burger is the one I'm most curious about. So we're going to do the fennel one next and maybe finish off with panko. If I can find fennel. I got 2 more burgers to do. 2 more burgers to test. And pan is heated like heck. You see that? Pan is heated like heck. Please be the fennel one. Please be fennel. I cannot tell if it's fennel or not though. Gosh. We got burgers all night here. Lots of burgers. Honestly, after a certain point, all burgers really just taste the same. I know that sounds ridiculous to some people, but if you think about it, the beef at some point all just tastes the same. And the toppings, the toppings and other stuff that you put in there is what makes it different. Like I mentioned earlier, I do not have any lettuce, I do not have any tomatoes, so I am sorry for that, if that offends you. But I don't have either. I have like canned tomatoes, canned diced tomatoes, but I think that would be inappropriate for this kind of thing. Like at the very least, it wouldn't work too well. Okay, brown it a little bit more. Brown that a little bit more. Start toasting. Should have started toasting earlier, to be honest. Sop up all that juice on the side for the patties. Enjoy the burger sizzling. My voice might be very loud, but that's also because I turned off the noise filter, so you can hear this. So you can hear that. I think it needs a little bit more. So yeah. Question for chat. If you had Wagyu in any shape, form, or fashion, be it ground, steak, what would you want to do with it? Are you a steak person? Are you a burger person? You know, you can also slice Wagyu into like little thin strips and use it for like barbecue. So you can do that, kind of a yakiniku style barbecue or Korean style barbecue. or use it for a hot pot. That way, because I know some people like using Kobe beef for hot pot because Kobe beef by itself can be really, really oily. You can see right now, this is American Wagyu, not as much oil, not as much fat as your typical Japanese grown cattle, but it's still pretty oily. You see that? I'm pretty sure you can also get this much oil from a regular burger, but it's still quite a bit. I feel like it's still quite a bit. Let's see. Did something splatter onto the camera? I think it did. I think it did. Yeah, we need more. I think I'm gonna put mayo on this one, but I wanna, if this is the fennel one, I wanna taste it just as is, because fennel really changes the flavor of whatever meat you put it in, because it's like spicy. Not really spicy, but it has a kick, and I like that kick. It's the main reason why I like Italian sausage, because it has a lot of fennel, a lot of spices. And this is probably no different if you put it into the burger. But the main mistake I did though was not toast the fennel. If I toasted the fennel, it would be much more different. Much different. I might toast some extra fennel and just put it on the bottom of the patty or something. We'll see. I feel like I'm overcooking this already, but I think it should be okay. It's a little bit. I mean, I can't get to the edges here. I can't get to the edges here because this is a curved pan. You can't really tell, but this is a curved pan, and I wish it wasn't. But this is all I have that's portable. If I had like a burner, then it would be easier to cook the sides and stuff, but I do not. I do not. Steak and Korean barbecue for sure. That sounds great. Okay. Let's give this a shot. And I'm loving how toasted these breads are. I'm loving how toasted that is. No mayo yet, but we're probably gonna add some mayo to this afterwards. I just want to know if this is the fennel burger, because that's the one I'm looking most forward to. The cheese one was fine. Cheese one was kind of exciting, but the fennel one, that's much better. I feel like that's much better. Okay, let's back up. Oh, okay, not that far back. This way? Yeah, this way. Zoom in. Yeah, I can't do much about the color either, but you know what? This is still a huge improvement over the usual camera shenanigans that I have. So I will take it. I will take it. I have so much burger right now. Oh, this is the fennel one. Oh, thank you. This is the fennel burger. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera. I'm going to try to zoom in on it. I will try to zoom in on this. Please don't fall apart. You're embarrassing me in front of chat. Don't fall apart on me, please. Then again, this is probably not the most stable configuration to show off the burger. Oh well, we're just gonna have to live with it. We're gonna have to live with it. Okay, maybe this way. Maybe this way. It's a little hard to see on camera because it's not bright enough, and I really can't do much about that. I'm sorry. My room is dark, and I already have lights turned up to maximum, but this is the best I can do. At least it's clear. At least it's clear. Okay. Fennel burger. I'm curious what it tastes like by itself. I'm going to add some mayo to this because it's not as strong as the Chick-fil-A sauce. Chick-fil-A sauce, I love you, but you're too strong for this burger. Too much. You overpower it. Okay, 1, 2. I taste the fennel everywhere. Holy crap. The fennel might be too strong. Probably shouldn't have used as much fennel as I did. Let me try to get a little close up on that. Yeah, I probably overdid it in the fennel, didn't I? Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. I just want to make sure I can actually taste it. 100% should have toasted this though, before anything else. And this definitely needs a sauce, because otherwise, too much fennel with nothing else tastes a little can taste a little bitter, at least to me. So I'm gonna add a little bit of mayo, a little bit of QP mayo on there. And hopefully that improves it just a little bit. Itadakimasu. A little bit of sourness from the mayo. Not the creaminess I was expecting. Maybe the Chick-fil-A sauce actually would have been better in this case. Actually. Maybe. Like, the bread tastes fine, but I think the fennel threw this off quite a bit. The Wagyu flavor got overshadowed by the fennel, and all I can taste is fennel. So that's my mistake there. But that's why we experiment with different ingredients mixed into these things, just to make sure we know what works and what doesn't work. And I can kind of safely say, if you use fennel in burger or Wagyu burger, don't use as much as I did. A little sprinkle. Make sure to toast it ahead of time, and it should improve quite a bit. Okay, one last burger. I don't know which one this is, if it's regular or panko. I think the two of them are indistinguishable at the end of the day, because the panko kind of melds into the burger itself. So it's a little bit difficult to figure out what's going on. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, one last burger to finish this off. And one last toasting. Woo! Okay, there's like fat all around splashing at me. It hates me right now. It hates me for what it's done to the rest of the burgers, but you know what? I do what I want. I do what I want. I think I might do Chick-fil-A sauce in this last one. We'll see. Why is this part not flat? Let it rain. Let it rain. Gosh, I'm loving this camera. I am loving this camera. I'm loving this burger. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what other random Wagyu fucks I can throw at you other than steak, sukiyaki, barbecue, burger. Different Wagyu, depending on the region, actually have different fat content, I think, or maybe just a branding. I honestly don't know. I do know the Matsutaka one for sure looks very, very marbled compared to even the Kobe one. And Matsutaka beef is much more expensive than Kobe apparently. I can see why. I can see why. It looks like it might be expensive with all that fat swirled around the beef. Oh my gosh. But you know what? Even if you get like the low grade Wagyu beef, it's still good. It's still good. So no Nothing wrong with that at all. Just do me a favor, if you have access to Arby's Wagyu burger and you try it, don't think that's what Wagyu is like, because it is not. It's not a good entry point for Wagyu in general, because it doesn't taste anything like it, despite it having the majority Wagyu. The texture is not the best, but if I had to adjust the Arby's Wagyu burger, 100% Wagyu. That way you know how tender it actually is, not the chewy mess that you get from that. Which was an experience, but it's not an experience I would recommend to everyone for like culinary reasons. How am I doing 2 hours on just burgers? That's amazing. That's amazing. 2 hours on just burgers. The color is very off on camera right now, on the stream right now, but if this was much darker, like the footage was much darker, you can see very, very dark contrast of the char and the other parts of this. And it looks really good from where I'm standing. Okay, I think this is done. That's the last one. That's the last one. Oh, that is toasted. That's toasted. You know what? No, we're not putting the sauce yet, because if I put the sauce and then I cut it in half, it's going to spill everywhere. I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay. Okay, last burger. Oh, my knees are killing me. My knees are... Oh, my knees are killing me. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. Set that aside. We are done with that. Please don't fall. This one's probably going to get a dose of Chick-fil-A sauce. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. Turn the noise filter back on because we don't need it. Because there's no more cooking after this. What you don't see off camera is the other plate full of half burgers. With like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half burgers. Because those are the other ones we made earlier. And it should be 6, right? Because we had 4 patties and I'm cutting 4 into halves. But I ate one of them already. So I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I need stuff to eat. Okay. Done with that. I don't think this might be the regular one. I don't know if this is panko. Like I said, I can't tell if I mix panko in any of these, or at least the 2 that looks regular, because the panko probably disintegrated into the patty itself. I feel like this might be panko though. It does feel a little bit more bready than the usual, so it could be that. So it could be that. Camera, face towards camera, please. It's amazing how flat these buns get once you get something onto them. Okay, stay. 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 You don't want to stay? Okay, fine. I'll just move you over here. That way you can still see a little bit of it. Profile. A little bit of pink, not a whole lot of pink. That's probably, I don't know if that's because of the sous vide or because of the pan. But this is still going to be good. I'm going to try without sauce first, and then I'm going to do with sauce. Let's see if I can tell if this one has panko or not. Oh. Absolutely cannot tell whether or not this has panko. This does feel a little drier though, so I'm assuming this one has panko. But I don't know. We're gonna put some Chick-fil-A sauce now, though. Hopefully not as much as last time. But it's really hard to regulate the squeeze on this. Very hard. Ah, too much. I did again. I put too much. I try to squeeze just a little bit and it doesn't let me do that. Okay, let's see if this improves it. I think it will. Mm. Mm. Yep, it's good. It's good. I'm just gonna finish this chew. There's not a whole lot left with the bite. There's like this much left, this tiny piece left. So I'm gonna finish that. And we'll close out for today. Close out for today. Ah, my knees though. All right. Lighting aside, because my setup is as good as I can get it. Maybe I'll try to put the lighting behind me next time. That might help a little bit. Yeah, but I hope I hope you enjoyed that cooking stream for the Wagyu burger. We got quite a few done, and it actually tasted pretty decent. It actually tasted pretty decent, which is saying a lot. Saying a lot what you can do with good quality meat, and I hope I showed you that to an extent. But yeah, so I will be on vacation in a couple of weeks, so I won't be able to do a cooking stream like I normally would be, because I try to do the cooking stream these days every 2 weeks, but I won't be able to do it then. I'll have to reschedule it for another time. But if you have any suggestions on what you want me to cook on stream, let me know in chat or in the comments, specifically in the comments. That way we have a record of it and it's easier to find than in chat. And yeah, I think that's it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I know you can't taste it, and I really wish I could give it to you for tasting and stuff like that, but you just have to take my word for it. That's actually pretty darn good. Is it the best? Is it the best cooked Wagyu burger? Probably not. I am not a 5-star chef. I am a food truck owner and home chef. So it's not going to be on that level, but I can at least give you a food truck experience, a food truck level of cooking, which is still pretty darn good, I think, in most cases. So yeah, if I had to sell this in the food truck, I mean, I know I told you the price was $7 per burger, but you know, there's a manual labor cost to that also. So would you buy this burger for, let's say, $7? Maybe, I don't know. I'll throw some fries in there with that kind of money. I'll throw some fries in there. The drinks, I don't know what drink would probably go well with this. I think something to strip down the oil if you're feeling too oily. Maybe some, maybe no. What would be good? I know Coke. I know like sodas are popular. If we had to pick a soda, I would probably pick like a 7-Up or a Sprite to pair this up with. But if you don't like soda in particular, maybe a very, very light lemonade might be something to use here. Water, which is what I've been drinking, probably not help that much. It needs a little bit of acidity. Otherwise, it's just not going to work too well. But a little bit of acidity. And I think if I had to do this again, I definitely would have some tomatoes at least. Not necessarily lettuce. I'm not a lettuce fan. But tomatoes, yeah, tomatoes would be good. Tomatoes would be good for these burgers, but I don't have them. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching, Nuggets. And I'll be streaming again in a couple of days. We'll be
continuing with our SMT5 playthrough then. I will see you then, if not sooner. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching. Have a nice rest of your day, everyone. Good morning, good night, goodbye. See ya.